We have notes. We have beverages. We might even have some snacks. Who knows? Question for you guys. What are you guys up to at the current moment? You got a beverage, you got lunch, are you at work, are you at home? What is going on, you guys? Drop a line in the comments, and then also check to see if you remembered the thumbs up. And if you want to share it with some friends, I promise you there's going to be some interesting information. And one day, these two gentlemen on the screen are going to have some kind of big live stream, some kind of big show, and you guys can be a part of that ground floor and be like, I remember back in Doctor's Orders when there was just 30 to 50 of us hanging out on Tuesday lunch break. Those days, and you don't want to say the good old days because we'll have new good days, but the old school days. So hit that thumbs up, share it out, you guys. My name is Dan C. Bearded. I am the co-host of the Doctor's Orders live stream for 162 episodes in a row, where our goal is to have long-form transparency, conversations, community building, and above all, just getting to know the people behind Dr. Nick's, the beard product and body product and more company, and just updates of what's going on with the company and just overall life, topics, discussion, fun. And co-host means there's someone else. The other person here is looking a little bit different today. Looking a little bit smiley, you might say. I wonder if that factors into what we were talking about, the perception of the angle. Interesting. But today is going to be, and we're going to get to the notes. Last week we got derailed by some amazing tangents. This week we have some notes we're going to hit. And the idea is we're going to listen to Nick's mind and then have some discussions based on that. So if you guys could, please help me welcome my friend, Mr. Nick. Nick, how are you on this? For us, it's like our first actual day of fall. It's rainy. It's cool. We had like 85-degree weather for the last week. But how are you doing on this Tuesday?
Dude, I mean, warm. It's almost 80 degrees outside. It's like, dude, it's brutal. It's like, it's warm, but I mean, it's nice, but then it's doing the fall thing. I think tomorrow, the day after, it's supposed to, I think, start finally giving us fall. Like, let's see, we got 69. Oh yeah. And then, okay, here's perspective. It did hit 80 this week, right? And today it's 78. And then by Thursday, we're going to have a low of 44.
Yeah, it was pretty much 85 every day for the last 7 days. And then our week that we're looking at ahead is today's 71. So kind of middle ground, but then tomorrow, 59, 64, 65, 67. Like, I'll take those.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's weird, but I'm starting to, it was, what's even weirder. What was it I think it was last Monday was our first official day of fall as far as like the moon, or the calendar is concerned. But
yeah,
I think this week is going to be the first week it feels like fall. We'll probably get the hankering for something that's like in a crock pot and stewed.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden denim's going to be much more attractive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to start doing that whole thing.
Yeah.
But I'm liking it.
And David says, I hope we get an update from Nick on last week's tangent. What's the update we're waiting on?
We do have an update, and you know what?
Blanking.
And it's a good one. I'm happy to say it's a good one. Boston Scally and hearing back from them. All those still okay. Listen, it's a bittersweet positive update. I am required to give a positive one, and I will do so, but it comes with a caveat.
Okay,
we'll get there.
Bit of realism.
That's right. Stay tuned for part 2 of Boston Scally Company saga and Dr. Nick's on Doctor's Orders.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are we ready to address the comment section going crazy about the look at that stash? I like the longer stash. Look at that stash. Nice, Nick.
Oh, why thank you.
Yeah.
I've been loving it. I gotta get we gotta reach out to our friends out over at Death Grip because I've been having too much fun with their products, and we're all friends in the family here. Yep. And we got along fantastic when we met. So
yeah,
I gotta reach out and say thanks for the awesome products that they
cool.
gifted me that are helping out here. But this is I love it. It's been fun. I've been like just playing around different. You know what it is. Some people say that there are progressive, problems in life, right? How things just kind of like they're like, I don't really know where it came from. It kind of just got a little more and more and more each time. It's so funny. Like if you try to do like a drastic stash change, like all in one day, you're like, nope, take it out, take it back, get rid of it. But then if you do it gradually, all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay. Well, and you know what I mean? Like it kind of like eases in, like it grows on you. Like, I don't know if I could ever do like a big trim all at once or like a big, like even if I wanted to go much shorter, I think I would need to do it like a little bit at a time. Just
so.
Yeah. But no, I've been, it's funny. And you mentioned it when we were, as we were kicking things off here and people mentioning the stash. I think it's a perfect time to talk about it. Like, look at the look is different, right? Neat. And so, what I've noticed is, okay, so I'm covered in tattoos. I have a big beard and I had a big mustache and that was a look. And the mustache and the shape of it, I feel like now that I've experienced something different with this shape of mustache, it seems like, I swear, I feel like it must have I won't say the walrus was giving me like unapproachable vibes, but I will say that I do feel like I'm getting the impression that I'm much more approachable with this shape to a mustache because, like you said, like the walrus kind of has like a connotation of a downward angle.
Yeah.
And this is the exact opposite where it's up. It almost creates like that false smile kind of a face. So I don't know. Maybe it cut down on the RBF a little bit for me. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
I think even the concept, I tell this to guys all the time, even the concept of you doing that makes it unquestionably known to the universe that you are purposely caring for your facial hair. Where if you just throw it up, I mean, you can, obviously you're a literal national champion, but if you just throw it up in a knot, that doesn't necessarily give the billboard that, hey, I really care for my facial hair, because anybody with a long beard that doesn't shave can do that. When you do this, you are inviting people to talk about it. That's why I really recommend beard shirts if you like conversations. Like, if you want the most conversations in the history of your life, wear Sam's, she makes in big, bold letters, makes "Smell My Beard" shirt. If you wear that at the airport, everybody talks to you about your beard and starts the conversation because you're inviting them to. Your mustache is doing the same.
It literally is. And it's like, because, hey, like if I'm fresh out of the gym in the morning and I'm like wearing gym clothes and I'm like half covered in chalk and soaked in sweat and I go to the store, like someone might try buying me a drink, being like, hey, do you need a bottle of water there, buddy? You know what I mean? Like, they might try
this
to,
one.
You're like, here you go, pal. I might give off those vibes on accident, but you throw on I don't know. It's like this, like you say, it gives you a very intentional kind of a look, which is kind of cool. But I'm not saying the walrus is gone forever and it's been replaced and Paul is dead, but it's this has been a whole lot of fun. I'm having fun.
Yeah, no, it looks awesome. Have people that and you see on a regular basis, what is their first reaction?
Dude, I have it written down here in my notes. I got what I think was like I'm going to take it as a really just big compliment because of just what it was when it happened. I got the most genuine reaction out of a dude yesterday leaving the post office. So I'm like walking out of the post office and this guy, he's like, he's kind of, he's done up, call it Cape Cod casual, right? The sweater and the khakis kind of a look, clean cut looking guy. And he's looking down, going through his, armful of stuff that he's got that he's bringing into the post office. And he's walking up the stairs and he looks up and he goes, "Whoa, you look awesome." And it was literally just like that reaction. It was like a whoa. And then like the words didn't even make sense to him when he said it. Like he's like, "Whoa, you look awesome." Like it was like, I was like, oh crap. I was like, that's right on. You like looked up and got blindsided and your first words were awesome. So
that is great.
I
That's
took
great.
took it.
And David, great point. He says, can Sam print those on the back instead of the front? So Sam actually, for I think all the shirts, if not, she can, but she offers the main logos on the back, and then she offers a pocket logo or a sleeve logo for those that don't want to cover the front. And so it's like a little customizable drop down on the website. If not, message her on Etsy, and then yeah, absolutely, because I'm the same way.
That's
if I
cool.
have something here, even this little Nike swoosh, I always have it like tied up.
Dude, speaking of, if I'm wearing something with a logo these days, I'm throwing it either in a braid or up in the knot, and that's kind of what I've been rocking. But so speaking of shirts, Jill got me 2 shirts from this company, Talentless, and they're like, and this is one of them, and they're like this kind of, they're like a natural pigment dye to them, so like they got a little variation to the color. And it's actually really cool. The material that they're made out of is really nice. They're thick. They're on the thicker side of a t-shirt for sure.
Ooh, I need those. I've been really craving them. I was just down in Texas, and a lot of guys had the ones where they have like the thick band around the neck. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
It shows like the quality of those thicker shirts, and they just seem to like.
This has that. It's like a really thick stitch. It's almost like you can see like a rib almost going like all through like right here. And
I have it pulled up now because that's what I'm looking for. I just wear t-shirts, so I'm like, why not get some nice ones if that's all I wear?
Dude, go check these out, man. Like these Talentless shirts are awesome. I do think they're $35 unmarked t-shirts.
No,
full disclaimer.
45.
Okay, full disclaimer, they're $45 t-shirts. No, they don't have anything on them, and no, they don't even have a hem tag. Like,
wow,
nothing. They're completely unmarked.
That's
just
what I want.
They know they have something special, I think, and they're like $45, and you're like, damn it, okay. Yeah. You know, and like their sweatpants. She got me a pair of their sweatpants. Easily the most comfortable heavyweight sweatpants I've ever worn in my entire life.
Ooh.
They're heavy, like they would take place of a decently thick denim outside in the winter. These are those kind of sweatpants, and they're $100 and something stupid idiot dollars.
Right.
So, but I mean, they clearly know that they have things that aren't off the shelf that other people are putting logos on. So they're like, if you want it.
Yeah. And if you buy a 3-pack, they're only 26 a piece. You get it for $79.
Ooh, see, so I mean, that's downright bargain basement.
Right.
A dollar saved is a dollar earned in my book.
Oh man. So, all right, I got to see which one you have or what your thoughts are, because this is something. So this is what they have here. They have premium tee, drop shoulder tee, men's mock neck tee, and roller tee.
So I know it's not roller or mock. I don't think it's drop shoulder. I think it's the men's premium tee. Yeah, because it's got like 16 colors. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And you can literally get them in any color in the world. And so what I will tell you though is dude, like, you know how like there's like some of those, like some fabric has like, it almost looks like it has a wrinkle to it a little bit, but it's not.
Yeah.
So when you wash these, each one gets a little different because the pigment kind of changes when you wash them throughout the time. So like this one already looks different than the other one that I have does. Like it's like certain spots are faded a little more already on the stitch than like the others. So it looks like it's like this variation to the dye. It's really cool.
Okay. And then she says true to size. So what size are you rocking?
This is a large.
Okay. So I should go XL then.
And what I like about the large is it's like it fits my shoulders, but it's not boxy in the body.
Right.
But it's not tight. It's not like one of those it's not like one of those like modern fit shirts. Hold on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not.
That's perfect. That's what I want.
Dude.
All right, I'm buying some today. Thanks. Jill.
I am not affiliated in any way, but hey, if you wanted to start, we can always backdate these sorts of invoices, Talentless. So like, brought to you, Dr. Nick's Doctor's Orders, episode 162, brought to you in part by Talentless. Thanks for these awesome shirts. These are great. I paid for them, but I don't have to pay for the next ones. I'm not like it's not like I'm hooked on paying for them, So I mean, like if you guys wanted to send some, I'm open to it.
But don't you know it's wrong to like promo things you actually like and use? Like that's like it's so like it's so gross.
Oh yeah. No, people. That's right. You're supposed to only do it if it's like your job and you're being paid for it by like a salary, and you're talking about it, not because you use it and get commission for talking about it or help people find it and then get referral fees.
Yeah, that's gross. Whoever tries things and uses them and then tells people about them, if they get any kind of compensation, it's ew. Like what is wrong with people?
I thought that was word of mouth mixed with capitalism, and I'm pretty sure those are my two favorite things.
Yep.
And unless you hate America, those should be your two favorite things too.
Yeah, Nick, you're a shill. Like that's it's capitalism and man, and then people try them and then they're probably gonna like them too, and they keep buying them. So you're just perpetuating capitalism and
validated crowd sourced input. Disgusting. Oh man.
But thank goodness people have salaries that have like benefits depending on it and their whole livelihood depending on that stuff.
Because, and that's just so different. You can't crap on someone's job, Dan.
No. That's not a choice. That's provided for their family.
That's different. You don't get it. Cool. You don't get it. Let's move on. This bottle is really orange. So there's a great story behind this. Jill won a raffle. What? And she won this from our gym, from Nagel Fitness, from the wonderful Jeff Nagel of Nagel Fitness.
Yep.
He went with the iPhone 17 orange of Yeti for his bottles. And it's really, really nice. And the reason I have it and not Jill is because she's not a big straw top fan. And this one, and it's such a nice straw top that she felt bad just removing it and putting a twist on cap on it. And I was like, well, I mean, if you're just going to take the nice, straw top off and throw it away, I mean, I kind of like those. So I guilt tripped her into giving it to me.
Look at that. People lift heavy weight with Dr. Nick's shirts.
They do. That's
true story there.
That's Brian, the lovely Mr. Rule.
Yep.
Dude, but this thing, so you know how all trucks have door pockets now?
Door pockets,
like inside inside, like they have like the door.
For cup holders, like, but they don't like fit most cups.
The water bottle shaped ones that don't fit most water bottles.
Yeah.
So most of them will fit something like this if you slide them in there, right? Because they're big.
It's the tallness.
So here's what they did with this. Notice how this handle is really weirdly shaped on the top of this Yeti. And you know how Yeti does kind of think of everything?
Yeah.
And you don't notice it even at first. You're like, well, they do kind of think of everything. And after you use one of their products, you discover like 4 things you like about it that you didn't even know about it before you bought it. And you're like, wow, the value. That's a nice little design touch that I didn't notice.
Yep.
This handle, I think, is angled like this so that you can put it in your door pocket.
Yep.
And you can pull it out because the handle sticks out like this for you. So you're sitting there like this and you're just like, yoink.
Nope, that checks out because we use the hydro jugs now. Because our Stanleys kept leaking if you knock them over and stuff. And
leaky ass Stanleys.
And I can get this in the little door thing, but it has to go at an angle because this part won't get inside of it because it's too tall.
The handle won't do it. And you know what else I like? It's just the little design touches with Yeti. I just love it. Like you go like this, you grab this thing and your thumb goes in it and it closes it.
It's just like natural. Just closed. Ergonomic already.
Oh yeah. It's like I have 2 new things in my life today that I'm rolling around in. 3, I got this shiny new mustache, shirt that fit. I got this cool water bottle. I'm like, man, this is actually shaping up to be a pretty good day. And it actually is being comfortable because of like some new additions. And I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Jill
says, went from talentless and then calls out to Yeti.
I'm a you know what today, I guess, for just good design. It's one of those things. It's it's on my notes. It says appreciating good design in small business products is kind of the topic. So kind of not fitting who I'm talking about, but fitting what I'm talking about.
Right.
So it was here. It's on the notes.
I wonder if they ever started small.
Yeti, I don't know. Like you look at like Sunbum, it's like I know those guys started small and then they got huge, and some of those big brands did, but I don't know if they were ever small.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's back in the OPEX days. That's an ancient photo.
There you go.
And that's Dave,
him, right?
No, that's our
Nope.
buddy Dave.
Oh, I thought that was
like,
him.
He's like the OPEX resident gym rat. Like he followed OPEX and he went with Jeff to his new gym, which is Nagel Fitness. So
nice.
Jeff was a trainer at this place, OPEX. And then when OPEX moved / closed down that branch or franchise or whatever they do, Jeff opened up his own thing like a couple years later. And so Dave is now and us now go to Jeff's new place.
Oh, nice. Nice.
You know, I just, you find, especially like with a good trainer, like it's funny because when Jill was going to that gym, I don't know if in Jeff just, he likes what he does. He's one of those trainers that just, he's a physical therapy focused kind of guy. So he knows how the body moves and works really well. And I was working out at home while Jill was working out at OPEX and met Jeff. And so just through the grapevine, I was like texting Jeff randomly, like questions from like the home gym perspective. So Jeff and I had actually been talking like, I don't know, 5 years or something before he opens up his own gym. So when he finally did, I'm like, you know, I feel like even if I don't go, I like owe it to him to sign up for this training program with him because I've like leached his time through and knowledge through text message over the course of the past 5 years. I'm like, I owe this guy at least 2 years of gym membership.
100%. Sam does all sorts of like health stuff and all this stuff. And there's this one like podcast that she follows like religiously, and it's helped so much. And they offered like an ebook course type situation, and we got it. It was like $40. I don't think it's been touched once, but my mind is like, they've added so much value for free, whatever. Like happy to give back in that way.
That's like, if it's sometimes if there's like merch that I want and someone's like selling a shirt, right? Because they like do videos that I watch on YouTube and they're like, and by the way, help support the channel buying our shirts. We ordered, how many we ordered? 40. We ordered 40 of the shirts. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if I get one of those vibes from the channel, I'm like, I don't even care if I give the shirt away. Like I'll buy it to support
100%
you creating content.
Yep, 100%. So yeah, same kind of thing there.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Awesome. All right, what do we got next, Mr. Notes?
Dude, there's so many things on here. Like,
I know. I want to get as many as we can. If you guys noticed, we went right on track today. Bam, right away.
We did. No BS today. Last week, I don't know who those jokers thought they were that were running the show around here last week. I don't know.
Right.
Last week. I don't even remember if we did anything wrong. Oh, it's part two. It's part two because we didn't got it.
Right.
Okay. So if we're not going to do that again, and I'm not just talking about the things that are directly either on me or in front of me on my desk. Oh, you know what's funny is this got added to the list, but it's worthwhile. I won't even say when because then Jill will make fun of me. But I'll say that recently I got an Apple employee to like chuckle and look around and be like, that's the scam. Don't tell everybody. Literally in the store. It was so good. Because, okay, so for doing stuff remotely for work, I use an iPad constantly for just drawing, and I remote present, I just share the screen of my iPad when I'm on Teams meetings. So I'll have audio and video on one thing, and I'll join from my iPad and be on there, and then I'll be able to share that screen and draw and kind of do, screen animation stuff for people.
Okay.
And draw examples and diagrams and whiteboard and stuff, etc. So I use it constantly, and mine came up on the end of its lease period for the little Apple thing that I ended up doing for equipment. And so I end up getting the newest whatever is out. So I'm over there and I'm grabbing the new iPad, which is the M4. It's like the thinnest thing that Apple's ever made in general. Wow. It's through phones and everything. It's the thinnest device Apple has ever made. And dude, I'm talking like the pencil that goes with the iPad is significantly thicker than the iPad. Like this thing's like this thick. Like it's 5 millimeters.
Jeez,
it's ridiculously thin. So I'm in there, and the guy's like, I want the 13-inch one because I draw on it. If you got a 20-inch one, I'll take that. Give me as big of an iPad as you can. I don't travel with it. I don't use it for any of that. I literally use it for watching movies on airplanes. I guess I do travel with that sense, but I usually just use it for drawing and for doing art and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, what storage do you want with it? You know, it comes in like 256, 512, 1 terabyte or 2 terabytes. And like we're talking $1,000 difference between the bottom end of the storage to the top end of the storage. Same screen, same everything else. It's a $1,000 price jump to go from the bottom of the storage to the highest. So he's like, which one do you want? I'm like, oh, don't try to get me. I know that scam. These things don't even use any storage. It's all in the cloud. I'll take the smallest one you got. You got like one smaller than the 256. I'll take that. And I'm like, I know how this, I think I said like, I know how this works. And he looks over at me and he's like, shh. He's like, don't tell everyone. He's like, they'll know how the scam works. Like, how are we going to sell $2,000 iPads unless we have 2 terabytes of storage in them that nobody ever uses? I'm like, and so I guess in the history of him being there at the store, he says that working at like the Genius Bar and stuff there at the store, he's never seen a 1 terabyte, even much less the 2. He's never seen a 1 terabyte iPad more than 10% full. Like in 10%? All the problems, in all the ones he's worked on, he's never seen one over 10%. Because they just duplicate everything to iCloud and like delete the things in the background pretty efficiently. So it doesn't keep like actual copies of much unless you very intentionally like tell it to, you know. But it's just funny. I was like, holy crap! Like, think how much money they make on like the extra storage because people just kind of like get sold on the idea that like, well, I don't want to run out, you know.
And how many different like devices he has seen.
Dude, it just was, I was like, blew my mind. I was like, I thought for sure there would be people coming in to like trade them in because someone must be filling these things up and like getting bigger ones. But nope, no one fills them up. They sell the big ones for no reason at all, except for like maybe like 1% of people out there buying them, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
That's what, yeah, Nate, it's like, it's so true. Like, it's just absolutely insane. Nick's phone just stopped working. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have like the Apple Mafia coming after me now, and they're gonna be like charging me for their royalties.
That right. Yeah, you gotta be careful. I had Big Lotion coming after me. You never know.
Got Big Lotion coming after you, bro?
You never know.
Be careful.
Yeah, I know. They got money. You gotta be very careful. And we still haven't gotten your Boston Scally update yet.
Okay, I'm just having Jill kick the air conditioning on because it is getting warm up here, and for some reason it is not kicking on at all.
Nice and crispy up there.
What you need to do down there, Jill, is just hit that there thermostat down, lower than what it's actually seeing in the room, and a little thermostat that might actually do its job for once. The thing does not do its job unless you physically tell it to whenever you want it to actually kick on down there. It is it's not a great situation. Okay, Boston Scally. So the story was last week that one of Arden here, and I haven't seen Arden today. I don't think. Have we seen Arden today? Did I see him come by yet?
Yeah, he popped in earlier.
I don't know if he's still here. So Arden was nice enough to send a couple of Boston Scally caps up my way. Well, I needed to exchange them for a bigger size, right? So unfortunately, it was outside of their normal like exchange window. So I was getting back very much boilerplate responses. And I was like, hey, I'm a local Boston business owner. You guys have the word, what's up, Arden? You guys have the word Boston in the name of your company. I don't know if you're a Boston company or not, but I assumed that they were. And so anyway, reached out like kind of, hey, local guy to a local guy reaching out. I know it's kind of a little exception. We have a mutual customer. I'd like to be able to exchange so I can make use of these, awesome hats, right? And so I got a very much boilerplate response back. Sorry, we have these policies. We are unable to do blah. We can't do blah. So I emailed back, hey, it'd be cool. I think this might be a special situation that maybe we could both actually kind of use to our advantage. It'd be great PR for both of us. Like, let's get the message out there that we're working together as Massachusetts companies or whatever, right? And I replied, and I got a reply back that was literally, it came back after the stream last week. And the first reply back was, we are sorry, and although we understand your situation is unique, we are unable to offer any exception to our policy, which is referenced here. Here's our full return policy and terms you can reference on our website. And it was very much just like the boilerplate. It was like someone clicked second email escalation request template boom, send,
Right.
And so I replied back. I was like, if you could just take this email and get this thread into the hands of a manager, and they could maybe review and get back to me. And if not, I'll leave you guys alone. But I can tell these are template responses. I'd like it maybe to go to someone who can make an actual, determination on this and get back to me.
Yeah.
And so on Saturday at like 10 o'clock at night, oddly enough, ended up getting an email. And what oddly enough was another templatized email, but it was an exception. It was their exception template. It was like, we are willing to make a one-time exception for your special circumstance and authorize exchange and return. And here's the exchange link through Loop Exchange and all this stuff. So they sent it all over, and they allowed the exchange to take place. It's all in motion. They're on the way. They gave me the label, all the good stuff. But yes, did they do the right thing? Absolutely. Was it still talking to a robot to do it? Absolutely. So it was a very different experience than kind of like what I expected, to be honest. Like for some reason, I expected this to have real people kind of behind it. That was someone would be like, oh, hey, sorry, you were dealing with our customer service outsource and Indonesia or whatever that answers our tickets for us. But this is Jim, all good, man. Yeah, thanks for reaching out. No problem at all. That kind of thing. But it was very much a beep, boop, escalation 3. We will make special exception for your return hat. You know what I mean? It was like, it was one of those things. So yeah, nothing bad to say at all. Very much appreciate them being flexible. And I guess my only feedback is like, they are really good at giving off the vibe of being like a smaller group, I feel
right.
like. And I think they're just much bigger than maybe I realized. And which, hey, nothing wrong with that. I think you're more steps away from the founder with them than you are with the small batch companies we were talking about last week.
Interesting. That is like, how are they able to pull off where it seems like a lifestyle brand and like a passion type brand, but they're much larger and more robotic than it seems?
Yeah. And it's like they come off like that lifestyle brand, but really, I think beyond that, I think they give off the impression of lifestyle brand, but I think they're actually just like big boxes of plastic bagged caps in the warehouse kind of situation with really good marketing and, more importantly, a really good design team. Because you look at their designs and they're awesome. So they have like clearly a really cool core group of people that are like designing stuff. But I think it's like their production just must be much bigger than we thought.
Yeah. And Jill's example here is what we were talking about. Like, it does matter. And she said she messaged the company about confusing size chart on a sweatshirt that was set for pre-order. And she had the most robotic animated response that not only was not helpful, it left a bad taste in her mouth. And they lost the sale on an extremely expensive sweatshirt because of it.
Oh,
pretty much. Yeah. She said, it was like, you can't order out of sale items. Other response was, please click pre-order button to order. Well, thank you. Thank you. So nice.
Yeah, their chat bot. They didn't opt for the premium license for their chat bot. Later, Arden.
See, Arden.
They didn't offer the premium license for the learning part of the language model.
The personality bot, like the excited to help bot.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this will give you answers, but to include a 3 personality choices for your bot interaction for your customers, you must pay a premium license fee.
And I know you appreciate hearing this from G Squared. He said, you guys are giving me so much faith that AI isn't replacing us yet. See, and this is one of those areas where customer service cannot be AI. Customer service cannot be robotic. It needs that human touch.
So did you see that someone, I forget who did it, there was a university that works a lot with AI, and they created a whole fictitious company that was just AI language models, and they gave them all jobs, and it was a company that had supervisors and managers, and they had a task to do things, and literally like AI had to employ its own AI employees to get fake tasks done as a fake AI company. And it was just an experiment. things went very poorly. Like nothing got done. The end goal never ended up getting reached at all. Like not even close to getting done. And the telephone game that it hallucinated as it would move through and cycle was just, oh, it was just so funny. It was absolutely fantastic.
I bet. Yeah, just getting started on all that. And Jason said he just went through this with trying to get his treadmill repaired. G Squared said, customer service is what I pride myself on in every job I've ever done. I love using AI as a tool, but I'm still the human in charge, and people still like people, despite what the media shows. That's a fact.
It is. The media is trying its very best right now to convince us that just all humans hate all humans.
Right.
And it's just very much not the case anywhere you actually go. Just like how, like, you know, they can say like, oh, don't go to so-and-so. It's really bad, blah, 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 weather. And then like you go there and it's ankle deep water and it's like, okay, news, like you're kind of inflating everything.
Yep.
That news story that went viral where the woman was like, she was sitting there in her canoe and she was like in the canoe holding on to something as the news anchor, and then someone walks behind her in the water and like less than knee deep water.
Ridiculous. Yeah, just hilarious.
I equate that to what is going on right now from like a geopolitical standpoint. Like the news anchors right now are the woman in the canoe in the water. And like everyone that I'm interacting with, and I go out in public and you go and hang out with people and meet people, go places, do things. It's like the world's very much normal, like it has been for quite a while. And but it's
100%.
like it's just, it doesn't match the picture that you see being painted. And it literally, like the whole world right now is just news anchors in their canoes in very much wadeable water.
So, as always, once again, my random rant last night, Monday, was be aware of people that are always rushing to break news to you and are always rushing to, like, the first thing that they hear, the first headline that they read, they come to you immediately.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows those people. It's like they get this, like, weird dopamine hit about being the one to break the news to you, but in entirety, they're always wrong, or at least a vast majority of what they say is wrong. Maybe there's a tiniest kernel of truth. Like you said, like there's a flood, but it's at your ankles and you're in a canoe. Like, stop it. Yeah.
That's it. And you know what it is though, is like that need to do that is such a weird need to fulfill too.
Yeah.
It's like being the news breaker. Like, you know what that is though? If I refuse to repeat information that I haven't validated myself, and I bet you like 90% of that would go away if whoever that is just wants to maybe validate a little bit of what they're hearing before they go say it. Because it's like, like you say, majority of the time it's wrong, right? Because it ends up getting disproved, or it ends up making a U-turn, or it ends up turning out differently than it was, or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. And most people have the ability to hear something and then think, there's more to this story, or there's another side to this story, and the truth is somewhere in the middle, and maybe we should wait before judgment. You know, most people have that ability, but there's a lot of people, and Bucky's right, in sports it happens. Everybody's got to come out and tell you this new breaking news, and they've got to be the first one to break it. Why? That's just what they make their name on, and it almost always ends up not being true. And then it's like, if you do get one right, we already think of you as the person that isn't telling the truth and that is rushing things because you were wrong on the previous 9. And so it's like, I always tell people, be weary of those people that rush to be the first to tell you something. Hey, what's up, Justin? Welcome, dude. You are muted there for some reason, Nick. There you go.
Sorry about that. I have the next topic here for us. Who wants to talk about how not to get whipped cream in your beard, especially not on purpose?
I know where this is from.
So I can show it. I think I should show a still. I think that's gonna be fine. And so Jill, I think we nailed the can positioning on every single shot except for the one that really counts. And I do believe we're gonna need to play some post-production screen blurring magic in because of course we got the brand name front and center.
Oh, nice.
Of course. So we're just going to have to blur out that brand name and just leave it saying whipped cream on it.
Yep.
But man, yeah, wonder what that's for. So that'll be some fun stuff coming up. Needless to say, that will turn into fun content. But do not ever get that much whipped cream in your beard on purpose. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
I have.
Dude, like I was gonna use the coconut stuff, like the coconut whipped cream, like coconut milk whipped cream, the non-dairy stuff, but it was like, okay, we couldn't find the one that wasn't the thing, so we just said, screw it, like stop deliberating, shoot. I got a new saying in our house, and it's called shoot the damn video.
Yeah.
STDV.
Just shoot it.
Shoot the damn video. So, as you know, I've been doing a lot of STDV over the past week, and so it was one of those like, get whatever we can get. And
I like your pause there.
Yeah. Well, that needs to be very deliberate.
Yep.
You know,
break that up.
There's moments in life that deserve a good comma.
Yeah.
Like they deserve the Oxford pause.
Yes. You got to make sure you break up the ST before the DV.
It's right. And it's partial because it's a perception thing, I think. And then also, it just sounds more official that way. I think it does. I'm as this thing's being, formulated here. I do like the STDV. I think it needs to be two distinct different things.
Yeah. STDV sounds like a new thing that's going. Yeah.
No. And it could be like STDV.
Ooh, that works.
Shoot the damn video. Like, okay, STDV. I actually like that. Flip that hyphen on that last one there. I kind of like it. Speaking of video apps, that's like right here on my list. How is this happening? What?
Whipped cream.
What? Don't get it in your beard.
My whipped cream beard story.
Okay. It's going to be like, I can still smell it.
It's one of the most haunting moments of my beard life. And this is 100% true. It's so embarrassing.
Can you still smell it?
No, but I'm traumatized from it. So I'm teaching middle school. We had a charity fundraiser and there was a goal. And if the kids got the goal, they got to pie the teachers in the face. And of course, I'm the fun teacher and I'm the one that everybody wants to pie in the face, because Mr. Command. And so obviously I decide, if it was pie day, exactly. And so March 16th. And so I said, okay, let's do this. And I put on like a big old thing, cover up, but of course they're going to get it in the beard. And of course the kid who raised the most is like the real outgoing, cocky kid. And they, is it the 14? 314? 316. Man, if I forgot that quickly, oh my gosh. But so the kid gets up, pie to the face, rubs it in all around the beard. And so I go to the bathroom, I rinse it out super thoroughly. I even brought a comb. I didn't wash, but I just rinsed it out, thought I would be good. Not really thinking that right after we had our league swim meet, which is like 5 hours long because it's all the different teams in the swim league, all the different events. And I go right from school. We actually leave early. We go to the league meet. And I didn't really like my assistant coach at all. She was not a great person. And she, at this meet, I could not get this thought of her stinking out of my head. Every time I was around her, and I'm the head coach, she's the assistant coach. So it's like the whole time we're like hip by hip, coaching, doing these things. And I'm just like, God, she stinks. I was even texting Sam, like, I'm not going to say her name or anything, but I'm like, man, like Coach so-and-so just stinks. I'm like, it smells like poop. Like she smells bad. And so I'm texting her through the whole swim meet, like, golly, she smells. I get home and Sam was like, either you brought her stank with you or you're the one that smells. Then I realized it like hits me like a freight train. It was my beard from the whipped cream, and it was real whipped cream, not fake stuff, not artificial stuff. And so it was just fermenting and stale. And I'm talking to swimmers. I'm the coach. I'm like, hey, you're going to do this, you're going to do that.
Dude.
And I'm stinking the whole swim meet. And if you've ever been in like a natatorium, like a school pool, it's hot, it's humid,
it's humid, dude.
Smell.
You smelled like humid. You smell like one of Jill's favorite terms.
it was, yeah, I was swampy on the face. Like it was crazy.
As Jill would say, you smelled like hot, sick ass. That's what it was. That's it. Yep. I had to say it.
It was really bad. It was really, really bad. And it still haunts me to this day to think about how many people thought I stank and didn't say anything.
Dude, that's like, yeah. And that's the worst too, because like what you get, what happens there, right? So, okay, you're not a mean-spirited person.
No.
Right? You're not. But when someone has that kind of a powerful stink to them, you're texting Sam, and some of the things that you're saying about this woman, you know, they probably weren't the nicest things you've ever said, you know?
Right.
But again, you're not a mean-spirited person. So now when all of a sudden you realize that smell was you start to think about all the text messages that were sent on your behalf by people who are also not mean-spirited people, but they were left no choice because of the smell that they were dealing with. That was you. So like, you can imagine what you texted Sam. All of a sudden she's like texting. It's like, guys, guy's not my favorite guy to begin with, but man, he smells terrible. You know, it's like, because you guys, oh man, imagine, oh boy.
Yep, that happened.
Oh boy.
That happened. I can own it though. I can be a man. I can say it was me. It was my fault.
You have planning. That's the you have to. I mean, if you have to own it. That's what makes it funny.
What do they say? No good deed goes unpunished. That's what I get for doing charity.
That's exactly what you get. You know, and that was, you know what, because you weren't done giving at the first part of your event. You had to give a little more. On that day, the world decided that Dan needed to give more. That's what he did.
So thanks for invoking that memory, Nick. Really needed that.
Well, you're welcome. I'm hoping that I'm going to invoke lots of really good memories for a lot of people in very impactful ways with that wonderful imagery.
Yeah. Yep. Dignity donation. Yeah, I gave away my dignity that day, and then you got to show back up the next day. Do you own it? Do you say something? I did. I came in. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm traumatized. I was real loud and full.
You have to just be loud and proud about it.
I was like, I'm traumatized. I didn't realize the whipped cream fermented in my beard on the pool deck. Oh my gosh, say something next time.
That's what I would have gone with. So mine, I would have come in and I would have had like a whole shtick where I was like, all right, everyone gather around for a minute. Like everyone, this is really serious. Like you guys are actually in some hot water.
Yeah.
If I ever smell like that ever again and you don't say anything, you're out of here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, bring in a air freshener, hang it from my
about
beard.
Transparency and teamwork, damn it, and you let me fail.
All right, moving on. Video editing apps.
Oh, I gotta follow that act. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that charity dinner we did this past weekend.
Right.
Poor video editing apps. It's gonna fall flat.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of funny because there wasn't a whole lot of follow up. There's the video apps. There's some gear nerds and some technology and video and photo nerds here in our group. So whenever I'm finding new stuff, I always like to see, one, if other people are using it, and two, if you're not, maybe it's something cool that you can do. So whenever we're shooting videos for anything that's got to go to an editor that isn't us, we have to shoot it in log format, like any editor wants. They don't want the coloring applied by your phone, like the dynamic or the warm or the cool or all, the stuff that your phone does. They don't want any of that because that's like a filter on top of what the video actually is, and you can't get rid of it. So if it's different between your scenes or between your videos or between your clips, then it looks like a bunch of different videos. Where if you shoot it in log mode, it just records the data of the video without putting any color filter on it whatsoever, no color profile at all.
Is that the same as RAW? Like, people say I shoot RAW.
It's the RAW version for video. Okay, so like
RAW
if you're
photo.
Yeah, if you refer to raw, that's the raw version of a still photo. And if you're shooting log, that's the version of it for video. So
learn something new.
log is video, raw is stills. And so you got log 1, log 2, with log 3 modes, and then Sony has proprietary log modes. And what happens is, it's pretty neat, is you then have the data of the video, right? And then so when you go, the trick, when you look at the video, you've seen the clips, they look washed out. They have like no color to them at all.
Right.
Like they look like very faded color. You know, it's like no contrast. They're flat. They're almost fuzzy looking.
Okay.
And you're like, whoa, I just screwed up shooting all those videos. Nope, you didn't. You just shot log mode and you haven't filtered it yet, and you haven't applied a color profile. So what you do is, when you pull it into any video software, whether it's, you know, DaVinci or Final Cut or whatever you're using, anything, Canva, right? They'll even work with log video. Is you then apply a color profile to it, and you apply it to all your clips. So that way, your whole series of clips, you might shoot them on different days, you might do whatever, you stitch them together. And then now you have one color profile that's consistent across the whole video, that's unique to that video finished product, not to the sources of the video, which is pretty cool. So whenever you're shooting log mode, you can do it in Apple, like on your iPhone. Like if you're in your phone, you can go up in the corner, and where it says HEIC or whatever, you can go to video, and it shows your resolution. You can barely notice it, but I'll show you here. It's right in that setting up there. I have log selected in the middle, as opposed to HDR and 4K. So you go log mode.
How do you get to that?
So that's right up here in the upper left.
Oh, I must have that must be
on
a new
video
feature.
Mode. It's on 26. Yeah, it's the new one.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah,
so yep, you can download it. You sign up for the beta program, and you get it on any phone now. If you have public beta, it's free to sign up for it. And then any phone, even if it's not going to get 26, will install the newest version of the platform for you.
Oh, okay.
So you get all the new features and the liquid glass and all that stuff. You get the whole
cool
thing. Yeah. So the Apple public beta program is pretty sweet. But check this out. So this app that I started using is called Filmic Pro. Filmic Pro? Yeah. And this thing is super cool. Like you can control every aspect of the camera, like which camera you want to use, like rear. You can use the 13 millimeter, the 26, or the 52, because these things all have 3 cameras. So you can pick exactly like which camera you want to control, which is really neat. And so you can see the field of view changes.
Whoa.
According to what you're looking at. And so you can select it and see the field of view that it actually gets out of the camera, which is pretty cool. And then what's neat is you can shoot it in different log modes there in the bottom. So you got like dynamic, flat, natural, and log. And then if you go over here, you can go to hardware, to audio. This is key. You can pick which microphones you're using dynamically as you're hitting the video. So you can do, and you don't notice this, but your iPhone, if you're shooting video in the front-facing camera, it uses the front-facing mic.
I didn't know there were multiple mics.
I know. And you can't control it. It's dynamic on the built-in iPhone app. You don't get to pick. And then what happens is if you shoot it with the back-facing camera, it uses this guy, the back camera, or the back mic, sorry. Now, if you shoot wide angle with the back camera, it turns it on to stereo microphone, and it uses the front and the back. So people wonder, like, when they go on wide angle, why their videos are louder. It's because it's using multiple microphones when you shoot wide angle with the built-in app. But with this one, you can actually control it. So it gives you this whole video preset list here of what you can do between your audio, your video, your hardware control, stabilization modes. Yep. And so it's like you basically get exactly what the view is on side, like one of those really fancy, like red gimbal cameras. But you get full control over the hardware of your iPhone, which is pretty cool.
This thing
I did
is
not
crazy.
I did not figure this out. The guy who shot our interview for the news for Boston 25, Noah.
Oh, yeah.
Him and I are still talking back and forth all the time. So this came on his recommendation. I guess, like, if he's on site and has his giant on the shoulder news camera. He said these days, about half the time, he is capturing all the usable footage he uses on his iPhone with Filmic.
Wow.
So like he'll still sit there like this, and then he's sitting there with his iPhone like that, and he'll half the time keep the video on his iPhone over the big camera.
Incredible. G Squared wants to know, would you say that RAW or log is like negative, but the modern version?
Pretty much. I'd say so. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you think about, and even actually a little more than that, if you think about it, actually is because the negative, you still are pretty bound to at least the negative being developed properly. So say you develop a neutral film into a negative. When you then project that negative onto photo paper, you're locking that in with contrast, depth of field, focus, things like that, and sharpness.
Right.
So that part of the process you can still adjust and alter with a raw photo. So absolutely, it's like, and that's why actually, if you think about it, Adobe is pretty cheeky with the way they name a lot of things. But Lightroom is Adobe's app that you use to process raw images. So just like a darkroom would be used for film, they named it Lightroom. And that's how, because when you take a raw data file and you put it through Lightroom, you're essentially, that's putting it through an enlarger. Like when you export to PNG, that's the same as taking a negative and putting it on photo paper. Like you can't change that photo paper. And that's just like you can't change the PNG unless you put something on top of it. Just like you can't do it if you put something on top of a printed photo. But this thing, man, this app has just been a game changer for getting videos recorded.
Do you remember how much it was or any of the details?
I don't. I think the version that I have, it's not. So they have like they have a filmmaker version or a creator version or something, and it actually has one log mode above what I have. I have like just the regular pro, and I have to think it was like less than $20.
One-time purchase?
This one was, but I think they've now upped their prices and made it a little more expensive. Because I mean, it literally is like having a totally new piece of hardware in your pocket.
Right.
Like what this does with like, and so with this stuff, right? Like if you're using one of these, DJI wireless lapels, these little clip-on mics, when you have this thing plugged in, the receiver, you can go on this hardware list and it actually shows up and it says wireless RX. And so you can pick this guy. I'll show you. You plug this thing in, and instead of having to hope of what it's doing, you approve it, you go to audio and go boom. And now you got wireless RX microphone with the transmitter plugged in.
That's quick too.
Yeah, it's just boom, ready to roll. Like, no pun intended.
And G Squared said, does it let you control the exposure manually?
Yes. Yep.
Done.
Yep. You can do exposure. You can do range control. You can do offsets. You can do all sorts of fun stuff. And then it's all set up for your loot, which is like the light filter that you use. But yeah,
it almost seems like too much for me. Like you have such a good understanding of it and your experience with photo, and so
you can shoot a bunch of garbage video on accident with it. Like that's one thing that you will. That's one thing I will caution you with is like
if you don't know what you're doing,
if you're getting used to it, don't do anything critical with it that you can't reshoot, because like you could end up with a bunch of unusable stuff depending if you tweaked a wrong setting here or there. Whereas like the iPhone, you gotta, I mean, I don't know if it's even possible if you try. You can't shoot a bad video on an iPhone.
No. And that's what's nice about it. You know, that's what's amazing.
Cinematic and buttery smooth and gorgeous with perfect color. I mean, like, I don't know what, you know, you got to try real hard to mess that up.
Well, this is a rare time. I had not kept an eye on the time, and we are done. It is 2:00.
And we didn't even talk about falafel.
Oh, falafel. I wanted to hear about the skate park, like gang wars. Like there's a lot.
We didn't talk about the charity dinner. We didn't talk about the wolf art, the wood sculptures, the moon work. Oh boy, my
Part
list
3.
is just guys.
Wolves? Wolves? You held out on wolves?
Wolves.
Like, oh.
Oh yeah, wolves.
Okay. All right. Stay tuned, guys. We did knock out a bunch today. I'm proud of us.
I got a lot of crosses on you, man. I'm just scratching stuff out. This is great.
I'm proud of us.
I
Yeah,
am
great
too.
talking to you both. Yeah, great talking to you too. that went quick.
Yeah. Later, Bucky.
Got it. Hey, a wise person once told me you've got to make content that makes them want to come back. If you give them everything in one shot, then they never come back. And so that's some good advice.
Yeah, we didn't even get to the good stuff.
That wasn't even planned either, but yeah, we got some good stuff. So next week, guys, skate park gang wars, wolves, falafels, charity dinner. Come on now.
Come on. We might not even make through all. We might not even get through all of it. We might not even get to.
And then we got a whole week ahead of things that can be added. Goodness gracious.
Oh boy.
Oh man. Oh man.
Boy.
Yep. Okay.
Get out of my head, Channing. We're just gonna have to do it. Right. We're gonna have to do a special edition. Doctor's orders 1.5.
One of those days where we're like, you know what, schedule's looking pretty good that day. Let's just roll and just
roll with it.
See what we can do.
What we got to do is we got to play like the growing the chat game with it. Be like, so long as we keep adding 5 people.
Yeah.
And so long as we keep adding 5 people every 10 minutes, we'll keep going until 5 people stop joining every 10 minutes.
Right. Some kind of way to measure. Yeah.
And that way it makes it fun. So we'll keep going. Be like, oh, we had 10 more people join. We got to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, and that way we'll know how long people have keep their interest too. You know,
I like it. I like it.
Fun.
All right, guys. Jill has a message for you there on the screen. She says, hey, looks like we'll see you guys all next week. Have an amazing week. Be kind and take no crap from people. Don't take no crap.
You can take the girl out of Weymouth. You can't take the Weymouth out the girl.
Jill, that was Nick, not me. I have no part in that. All right. No part. No, just kidding.
I'm about to get a razor.
We will see you next week, 1 week from today, Tuesday, 1 p.m., all the fun stuff. Reach out if you need anything, and keep in mind, it's on socials, and we mentioned it, but sage is the scent of the month, so if you guys want to save a little bit, keep the spooky spirits away and cleanse with some essential oil sage, real, actual sage, guys. It is the scent of the month this month. Nick, final words for our friends?
I don't know. We're gonna
got nothing.
Got nothing. Right back to you. No, we will continue shooting awesome video and making more cool stuff that you guys will see leaking out on Instagram, but keeping the good ideas rolling in as always. And we will make it through this list next week.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Be amazing.
Guys,